Hello sir, good morning. We are from group 2 and we want to explain you about the modal verbs, adverbs, adjective, connective and technical terms. Before we started, I want to introduce our member. I am Patagonisa.
I am Muhammad Ibrahim.
My name is Santi Foy.
My name is Isari Samarpaung.
My name is Kayla Karunisa.
My name is Buhatirone.
My name is Margaret Sinaga.
I hope you enjoy the video.
First of all, Margaret Sinaga will present to us from number 1 until number 13.
Oke, yang pertama ada verbs, yaitu definition of verbs. Apa sih definition of verbs? Modal verbs atau kata kerja modal adalah kata kerja bantu dalam bahasa Inggris yang digunakan untuk menyatakan kemungkinan, kemampuan, keharusan, izin, atau saran. Cara menyatakannya dalam bentuk dasar yang pertama ada I go to school, yang kedua ada I can run fast. Yang lalu bentuk S atau dalam bentuk S-nya, yang pertama ada she works every day, lalu yang kedua ada he goes to school. Dalam bentuk I-nya, yang pertama ada I am studying now, reading is fun. Lalu dalam bentuk lampaunya, he played football yesterday, she went home early. Lalu dalam bentuk past participle, yang pertama ada I have eaten, yang kedua ada the book was written by her. Lalu ada could. Could adalah bentuk lampau atau past form dari can, tetapi penggunaannya lebih luas dari sekedar menyatakan masa lalu. Contoh penggunaannya, bentuk lampau dari can, when I was a child, I could swim very well. Kemungkinan, di masa sekarang, masa depan, atau masa depan, it could rain later. Lalu, untuk menyatakan izin secara sopan, could I borrow your pen? Untuk menyatakan saran atau kemungkinan hipotesis, you could try restarting the computer. May, menyatakan izin formal atau kemungkinan. Menyatakan izin, yang pertama, may I come in? Lalu yang kedua, you may leave now. Menyatakan kemungkinan, it may rain this afternoon. Lalu, she may be at home. Might, menyatakan izin formal atau kemungkinan. Atau ini sifatnya lebih lemah. Menyatakan kemungkinan, it might rain later. She might come to the party. Hipotesis atau imajinatif. Hipotesis atau imajinatif itu, if I had more time, I might her to play the piano. Might, izin. Might I ask you a question? Must. Kata must dalam bahasa Inggris adalah modal verb yang digunakan untuk menyatakan keharusan, kewajiban, atau deduksi yang kuat. Kewajiban, contohnya, you must wear a seat belt. Larangan, contohnya, you mustn't smoke here. Deduksi, contohnya, she must be tired after such a long day. Saran, you must try the chocolate cake. Shall, menunjukkan masa depan. Shall listen before noon. We shall overcome this challenge. Menawarkan bantuan. Shall I open the window? Shall we go for a walk? Kewajiban. The tenant shall pay rent on the first day of each month. Should. Definition of should. Should adalah modal verb yang digunakan untuk menyatakan nasihat, kewajiban dengan prediksi ataupun harapan. Contoh yang pertama, nasihat atau saran, you should see a doctor. Kedua, ada kewajiban, students should arrive on time. 3, harapan, the train should arrive at 7 p.m. Yang keempat, ada pengandaian, if you should need help, let me know. Terima kasih.
What sentence can you make with the word of should?
For example, is you should study tonight.
Okay, second, modal verbs are used to express what?
Kemungkinan, keharusan, kewajiban, atau saran.
Okay.
And then Muhammad Afendrian will present the slides of number 14 until 17.
Okay, I will presentation about modal verb will. Nah, digunakan untuk menyatakan. Di will itu ada prediksi masa depan, kayak it will rain tomorrow. Selanjutnya ada keputusan spontan. So, example is I will help you with that. Selanjutnya itu ada janji atau tawaran. Example is I will always love you. And then ada ancaman. The example is you will regret this. Selanjutnya itu ada struktur kalimat, yaitu plus subject plus will plus verb 1. Selanjutnya ada she will come later. Subject itu subject mean plus will not one, and then verb 1. He won't listen to you. Selanjutnya ada will question mark plus subject plus verb. Example is will you go with me. Oke, selanjutnya itu nomor 5, hanya muncul satu modal per kalimat. Contohnya itu he might come. Oke, selanjutnya itu ada contoh model verb dan fungsi umum. Model can, fungsi umumnya itu kemampuan atau izin. Contoh kalimatnya I can speak Spanish. Selanjutnya ada model could. Fungsi umumnya itu kemampuan di masa lalu. Contoh kalimatnya he could swim when was 5. Selanjutnya ada model may. Fungsi umumnya itu izin atau kemungkinan. Contoh kalimat itu may I come in. Selanjutnya ada model might. Fungsi umumnya itu kemungkinan tapi lebih lemah kayak dari may. Contoh kalimatnya itu it might rain today. Selanjutnya ada must. Must itu fungsi umumnya itu kewajiban atau kepastian. Contoh kalimatnya you must wear a seat belt. Selanjutnya ada shall. Saran atau penawaran formal. Shall we begin? Selanjutnya ada should. Nasihat atau kewajiban ringan. You should swim early. Will. Fungsi umumnya janji atau prediksi. She will graduate next year. Selanjutnya ada would. Would fungsi umumnya itu permintaan sopan atau kondisional. Would you help me? Oke, selanjutnya itu ada kapan menggunakan modal verb. Contohnya itu modal can digunakan saat menyatakan kemampuan saat ini. Selanjutnya ada modal could, membahas masa lalu atau menyarankan dengan sopan. Selanjutnya ada could may. Modal may digunakan saat minta izin atau menyatakan kemungkinan. Selanjutnya ada modal might. Prediksi kemungkinan tapi lebih lemah. Selanjutnya ada modal should, memberi saran atau menunjukkan kepantasan. Selanjutnya ada modal must, digunakan saat kewajiban atau dedukasi logis. Selanjutnya ada modal will, prediksi masa depan atau janji keputusan cepat. Selanjutnya ada would, sopan santun atau kalimat pengadaan. Terima kasih.
Okay. For you, I noticed there is a sample of the interrogative sentence. Will you go with me? Could you explain why will is the place in the beginning of the sentence in this question form?
Will is placed at the beginning of the interrogative sentence due to the rule of subject modal verb in person in English grammar verb question.
And then Bunga Trihoyudi will present to us from slide number 19 until 24.
Adverb is a word used to modify, explain, or provide additional information to one verb, two adjective, three other adverbs. But I can only present that this part one adverbs. First terbagi menjadi 5 bagian, yaitu ada adverbs of manner. Function explain how an action is done. For example, she dance graceful. Kata graceful menjelaskan bagaimana dia berdansa. Kemudian ada adverb of time. Explain the time an action. For example, he arrived late. Kata late give information about the arrival time. Adverb of place show the location. For example, the kids are playing outside. Outside explain where they are playing. Adverb of frequency. How often? Seberapa sering? dia melakukan kegiatan tersebut. For example, he always forgot his phone. Kata always explain show how often dia melakukan kegiatan tersebut. Lalu ada adverb of degree. To what extent? Function show the intensity or level of action. For example, she almost cried during the movie. Kata almost shows the extent for her reaction.
Okay, questions for you. Do you think all the types of adverbs like manner, time, place, frequency, and degree are equally important in communication?
All types of adverbs are important, but their relevance depends on the context. Some are more useful in everyday speech, while others are key in writing or storytelling. Using them well makes communication clearer and more effective.
And next, Patuan Ganesha Sianipar will presentation slide 25 until 35.
Adjective. Definition of adjective. Adjective is a word that provides additional information about the level or intensity of a trait. Adjective. Its main function is to 1. Strengthen or intensity, 2. Weaken or limit the meaning of the adjective. Adjective. Strengthening adjective meaning intensity. These adverbs makes the adjective stronger or clearer. Example sentence is: the movie was very interesting. Filmnya sangat menarik. Very strange is interesting. Number 2, she is extremely talented. Dia sangat berbakat. Kata extreme itu menunjukkan bahwa strength talent. Yang kedua, number 2 is adjective, weakening or limiting the meaning of adjective. These adverbs make the adjective less strong or neutral. Example, the water is rather cold. Airnya agak dingin. Rather is the weaken. Cold rather cold not too. Second, he is slightly annoyed. Dia sedikit mengganggu. Slightly weakens. Annoyed, slightly annoyed. Other adverbs. The definition of adverbs. Adverbs can only to modify verbs and adjective, but can also modify other adverbs. Its function is to emphasize intensity or limit the strength of the adverbs. If modify an adverb, it modifies. The function of main function is strengthening or weakening the meaning of other adverbs, explaining how much or to what extent an action is carried out in more detail. 3. Other adverbs. Strengthening other adverbs or intensity. Example sentence is like she runs very quickly. Dia berlari sangat cepat. Very strengthens. Quickly, runs very quickly. 2. He answers extremely politely. Dia menjawab dengan sangat sopan. Kata extremely itu strange, but the politely answer very politely. 3. Other adverbs. Weakening other adverbs or limiting. Example sentence like she moved rather slowly. Dia bergerak agak lambat. Rather weakens. Slowly moves rather slowly. 2. He spoke slightly more confidently than before. Dia berbicara sedikit lebih percaya diri dari sebelumnya. Slightly limits, more confidently, slightly more confident. Interrogative adjective atau kata sifat interrogatif. Pengertian interrogative adjective definisinya adalah interrogative adjective adalah kata sifat adjektif yang digunakan untuk mengajukan pertanyaan atau menjelaskan atau menentukan kata benda atau noun. Yang pengertiannya adalah interrogative adjective hanya ada 3, what, which, whose. Ciri-ciri interrogatif adjektif. Yang pertama itu selalu diikuti dengan kata benda atau noun. Yang kedua adalah digunakan dalam bentuk pertanyaan, interrogative sentence. Yang ketiga, bukan berdiri sendiri, melainkan menjelaskan noun di belakangnya. Contoh perbandingannya adalah yang pertama, what book do you want me to borrow? What, interrogative adjective, menjelaskan buku. Yang salah itu adalah what do you want? What, interrogative pronoun karena tidak diikuti noun.
Okay, question for you is why we should use technical terms?
Because technical terms are like shortcuts that help us explain exactly what we mean with no confusion.
Santi will present from number 41 until 50.
Distributive adjective. This refers to individual members of group. Example of distributive adjective. 1. Each. Masing-masing. Focus on individual. Example tense sentence is each student has a book. 2. Every or setiap. Focus on group. Every house on the street is painted white. 3. Either. Salah satu dari dua. You can choose either book. Atau Anda bisa dapat memiliki salah satu dari buku itu. Neither. Tidak satu pun dari dua. Neither option is acceptable. Tidak ada satupun dari dua opsi itu dapat diterima. Proper adjective that come from proper nouns. They describe something, use a word. Example, proper noun, American food, Shakespearean play, Italian art, Buddhist temple. Example of sentence. We enjoy the Italian pasta at the new restaurant. They visit a peaceful Buddhist temple in Japan. She collects French perfume from Paris. Compound adjective are made up of two or more words joined together. He is basic pattern. Word plus word 2 plus noun adjective. Example is part-time, hardworking, open mind, old-fashioned. Example of sentence. She found a part-time job in the coffee shop. He is hardworking student who never misses excitement. She is open-minded person who listens to all opinions. Participle adjective. They describe how something feels or what something causes. He is basic pattern. In adjective describe the things causing the feeling. Eerie adjective describe how someone feels. Example sentence. The movie was boring. I felt bored during the movie. The news was shocking. Form adjective or a degree of comparison. A positive thus the best form of the adjective. Example tall, big, happy. B comparative degrees. Compares to things often ends in er or use more. Superlative degrees compares three or more things often ends in it or use most.
Okay, questions for you is, please make sentence about order adjective from opinion.
The cat she was made of relief delicious.
And then Clara Cairo will present to us from number 52 until 54.
Nah, yang pertama itu konjugasi koordinatif. Nah, contohnya itu for, at, not, but, or, yet, dan so. Nah, kalimatnya itu he was study here, he will fight the action. Nah, yang kedua itu ada konjugasi substantif, yaitu menggunakan yang tidak dapat diri sendiri. Contohnya itu because, although, before, after. Nah, contohnya itu although is, it was, live, continue working. Nah, yang ketiga itu konjugasi kumulatif, itu menggunakan elemen-elemen yang penting. Contohnya tuh but, and. Contohnya itu she is not all smart book all king. Nah, yang keempat itu kata koordinatif konjungsi, yaitu menghubungkan kata yang menggunakan titik atau sebelum dan sesudah. Nah, contohnya cause the event. Nah, contoh kalimatnya itu see what, they, how work, second working. Nah, kata transisi, contohnya itu menambahkan informasi dan menambahkan kontrak dan menghubungkan sebab akibat dan urutan waktu dan menambahkan contoh dan menambahkan kesimpulan.
Questions for you is, in narrative paragraphs, is it more effective connective to use connective or transitive words? Explain your reason.
To encourage contextual reasoning about listening style.
And then each Elisa will present to us from slide number 55 until 58.
Technical terms. Definition. Technical terms are words or phrases with a specific and precise meaning within a particular field, profession, or area of study. Next, a key characteristic of technical terms. The first, specificity. They have a clear, ambiguous meaning in context. The second, precision. They are more precise than similar everyday words. The third, context dependent. Their meaning may differ across files. Fourth, efficiency. A low, concise, and effective communication. The fifth, shared understanding. Promote mutual understanding among professionals. Next, examples of technical terms across files. The first, medicine. Diagnosis, prognosis, hypertension, and then the second, computer science. For example, algorithm, syntax, and the dubbing. And the third, law. For example, president, tort, affidavit. The fourth, engineering. For example, torque, stress, strain. The fourth, finance. For example, equity, volatility, derivative. The fifth, linguistics. For example, semantics, pragmatics. And the sixth, mathematics. For example, calculus, logarithm, vector. And the last, biology. For example, mitosis, taxonomy, and then genotype. And the last, why technical terms are important. First, accurate communication help experts convey complex ideas clearly. The second, efficiency in communication allow for short, exact expression. The third, advancement of knowledge aid in developing and sharing ideas. And the last, professional identity. Signal expertise and belonging in a file. And then the last, challenges with technical terms. The first, barrier to entry can be difficult for newcomers to understand. The second, potential for misunderstanding. Misuse can cause confusion. The third, hard to define, simplify, hard to explain to non-experts. And the last, evolution of language. Terms can change or be repeated over time.
Okay, question for you is why we should use technical terms?
Because technical terms are like shortcuts that help us explain exactly what we mean with no confusion.
Okay, that's all for us. Thank you. We are sorry if we have mistaken. We just kayak bahasa gitu ya kan sama-sama. Dan terima kasih untuk semua yang